If we look at the naming and the formulas for covalent substances, there's a few rules to follow. If you are naming something, then the carbon comes first, hydrogen likes to be second, and other elements we put in alphabetical order. If we don't have hydrogen or carbon, then we just put the elements in alphabetical order. For covalent substances, it can vary how many of each element you've got. So we need to use prefixes like these ones here to tell us how many of the atoms of that type there are in this compound. So if we say mono, that means we've got one of that one. If we say di, then we've got two. Tri for 3, tetra for 4. Okay? Whichever element we're putting second, and this is the same rule for ionic or covalent bonding, the second one gets the ending "ide." So carbon monoxide has the prefix mono, which tells us we've got one of the oxides, whereas carbon dioxide has got two of them. Now those same rules make it easy for us to go from the formula to get the formula from the name. So if we've got the name, it tells us each type of atom and it tells us how many of them. We've got the same order as for the names. So carbon first, hydrogen likes to be second, other elements alphabetically. So if it tells you you've got carbon monoxide, you know there's one carbon, one oxygen, so you know your formula will be CO. Say you had something a bit more complex like nitrogen trihydride. Nitrogen obviously, tri for 3, hydride for hydrogen, because remember we take the ending, we change it to IDE. So that tells you our formula is NH3. You'll sometimes also see this referred to as ammonia, but the systematic name would be nitrogen trihydride. Okay. A couple of formulas to be careful of though are your diatomic gases. So normally when an element's on its own, its formula is just the element. So neon just has the formula Ne. Don't need to have more than one of them. But there are some of the nonmetals, which are gases, which go around as diatomic gases, which means there's two of them. So H2, N2, F2, O2, I2, Cl2 and Br2. A couple of ways of remembering them. Some people like to use a little mnemonic. Have no fear of ice cold beer. Or you can use the rule of 7. So you start at element number 7, nitrogen. You make the shape of a 7, so go across to fluorine and then down. And there are 7 of them. 6 over there plus hydrogen. Because hydrogen's being a bit annoying here. It's diatomic, it doesn't really fit in to the shape. But if you remember there are 7 of them, then you should remember to include hydrogen in there.